Hey everyone, welcome. So today is Friday, October 2nd, and I've been, kind of been thinking, I would like to see some more different ways that we can communicate and interact with each other and talk about DEI topics. It's great that we're going to be having some upcoming classes, and it's great that, we have our race discussion and all great things, and I want to continue it. But I've been thinking about, other ways that we can try to, engage each other, with all of us working from home, and reading emails constantly, constantly on Zoom calls. Maybe try something a little bit different. I wish I could be with all of you in person to be able to have more discussions and figure out ways that as a system HR office we can continue to increase our DEI efforts. But what I wanted to try today is maybe something new. It's the first time I've ever done this, so I hope you like it. I started thinking about ways, just every week, maybe sending out a quick video like this, just kind of talking about ways that we can continue our efforts. And I figured maybe for our first session, in our inclusivity discussions, let's talk about language. I think it's one of the most important things we can talk about. So you got my I hat on for inclusivity. So, and I'm trying to be inclusive and encompass everybody because I got my Illinois hat, my Oklahoma State jersey or shirt on today, so I'm trying to encompass all many different universities. So, but what I want to talk about today is language, and I wanted to kind of offer a couple of tips, some things that I have learned from my colleagues and from my own personal experiences about ways that we can include more inclusive language, because we all communicate in a unique way, but there, to try to further our cause of trying to be more inclusive, I want to talk about four things that I think could really help us and help with our language. And the first thing I want to mention is when we all say, hey guys, what's going on? Hey guys, how are you doing today? I say it all the time, and I'm really trying to get better. So, but there, when we say all guys, we're singling out men, so we want to be more inclusive, for all genders. So I challenge you, instead of saying "Hey guys" or "Hey guys, what's going on," is to try to do it a different way. To say "Hey everyone," or I'm trying to say "Hello friends." That's something that I've been trying to do, and I'm committing to this. And what I've decided to do is every time I catch myself saying "Hey guys," or anything along those lines, and if my wife hears it, I'm putting $1 in a jar at my house, and once that jar fills up, I have to take my wife out to a nice dinner or buy her something nice. So I think in a weird way she's rooting against me that I'm going to stop saying "Hey guys" all the time, but I'm trying to make it, to say more inclusive language, like "Hey everyone" or "Hello friends," instead of saying "Hey guys." So I challenge you to try something similar. So, you may have seen my email earlier today about how October is National Disability and Employment Awareness Month, and so I think it's something that we should really focus on. And again, as much as you can read about, persons with disabilities, I think it's more important to really to learn about it. So, an example of some language that we can do that's more inclusive is I encourage you to use first person language. So instead of saying disabled person, or handicapped person, or this person is confined to a wheelchair, maybe say person with a disability or person with a handicap, because again, we want to focus on the person and not the disability. When you say disabled person, we automatically think of just, oh, disabled, there's something wrong with it. But we say a person that has a disability or person with a disability, we're focusing on that individual now. So we're trying to make it more about that individual. So something to think about during this month. Um, One thing that I've read a lot about recently as well is things about how do we refer to somebody's age. Do we say somebody is an older person, or how do we refer to things like that? So a couple of ideas. We want to avoid referring to someone's age unless it's relevant to what we're writing about. For example, when we're referring to benefits that are available to people of a certain age, we here in HR, that's acceptable, and that there's nothing wrong with that. But for example, we don't want to use women or older relatives as a substitute for novice or beginner. So, for example, don't say something like, "Well, this is so simple, your mother can use it." So that can be not only insulting, but it can be a little bit gender, age and gender bias. So we prefer terms like older person or senior to elderly. So just a couple of ideas on that can help you. So. And finally, about don't make assumptions. Ask how people identify themselves, and be aware of complexities within racial, ethnic, and religious identities. So, for example, not all Arabs are Muslim, and many nationalities and ethnicities include various religious practices and traditions. So just for example, when referring to a person's race or ethnicity, let's use adjectives, not nouns. So, for example, a Hispanic person, not a Hispanic. Again, we want to focus on the person, a Hispanic person and not a Hispanic. So, again, just a couple of ideas for us to think about. And again, I'm not saying that that you have to start automatically start changing everything that you do and referring to everything. But again, these are just some helpful tips to kind of help with our language and trying to become more inclusive and more diverse. And again, it's a struggle for me too. I'm so used to saying things a certain way that I really have to train myself to think differently and try to be more inclusive with the way I speak. My Oklahoma, roots, my Oklahoma accent still come out from time to time, and I say things that sound weird and come out kind of strange. But again, I'm really trying to improve myself by reading different things about this and learning these different tips. So, well, that's all I have for today. Again, happy Friday, everyone. I hope everyone has a great weekend. I'll try to do this as often as I can to try to offer some tips and ideas and ways that we as a System Office HR team can really be more inclusive, more diverse, and really appreciate and celebrate each other. So, that being said, have a great weekend, everyone, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.